Federal health officials will require drug makers of popular sleeping pills to add warning labels to certain prescription insomnia medications after reviewing cases of dangerous, sometimes fatal incidents tied to the drugs, including Sonata and Ambien.
Ambien, that's the one. Yeah.
Dr. John Dyben is on the line right now. What's happening here? And there are no warnings now that this could create a death. It could create an overdose.
Exactly. And anybody, well, first of all, I have to say, as a therapist, I am disappointed that I didn't specialize in Game of Thrones therapy.
Yes, you should have. I mean, they're making a ton of money.
Throw that out there.
If you only knew, Doc.
Yeah, you'd have a busy day.
Anyone who's been working in addiction medicine or treatment has been seeing this for a long, long time. We've known for years because we see, they found 66 cases, but I can tell you I've seen a dozen or more cases just in my own practice and saying this. So these drugs, doctors will give them to people to sleep, but they're in a category of sedative hypnotics. They are very similar. The way they act on the body is very similar to benzodiazepines like Xanax or Valium, but they're different at a molecular level, so they call them non-benzodiazepines.
Yeah.
The bottom line is that they are highly addictive. If you do become addicted to them, the withdrawal is awful. It's terrible. It's probably one of the worst drugs to withdraw from. But the key that this study is looking at, and the reason for the black box label, is that people having amnesia, doing things, not remember them, and then being in blackouts. So people will take them, they'll fall asleep, they'll wake up, they'll go drive, they will have conversations, and they will be completely unconscious. It's a blackout state. And so people they'll cook, they'll burn themselves. It's incredibly dangerous.
Wasn't it Roseanne that was claiming that she was on Ambien when she did the whole Valerie Jarrett thing?
Ambien and alcohol.
Yeah.
And then that combination is particularly deadly. I can't tell you, destructive. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with that Ambien, especially Ambien and alcohol, or this type of drug and alcohol, but even the drug by itself. And I called my boss in the middle of the night and I told my boss off, or
oh my gosh,
I let a cop on the street know what I thought of him. I mean, really, really, damaging thing.
So this could include, we mentioned Sonata, Ambien, Lunesta, some of these drugs. What do you suggest beyond the drugs? What do you suggest people do if they can't sleep? Because it is, we all have had those nights where you just can't sleep, and it's extremely difficult. But when you have a serious problem of not being able to sleep, it can be really torturous.
Absolutely, and it is sleep is one of the essential things that we need to function as human beings. But again, we live in a society that's become very, very immediate fix, very pill prone. So we take a pill for everything. The reality is that most people, if they practice good sleep hygiene, if they they change their habits, they change their diet, they change their caffeine intake just a little bit, if they make just some basic structural changes. People could go right now and Google sleep hygiene and get great advice. We live also in an age where lots of information is right in front of us. And most people will be able to get their brains will get right back into a normal sleep pattern. For those people that really, really, really have a true sleep disorder, people with traumatic brain injuries, people with, things like that sleep is a real difficulty, they should be working with a sleep expert, a specialist in sleep that can really help tailor their treatment to them, because these things will get you to sleep, but they are really, especially if you use them for long term, they're very dangerous, and even in the short term can have some serious negative side effects. So if you can't sleep, don't just take a pill. Get with a sleep expert, have a sleep study, and find out what's really going on to get to the root of it.
And be careful of these sleeping pills. That's something that we kind of see these Hollywood stories. They're the ones that make the news, but there are probably a lot more out there that we never you never really hear about. So
anybody working in my field sees them all the time.
Yep. Dr. John Dyben, thanks for taking the time. We appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank
you.
Have a great day.